Hi, this is Cameron back again with another Vinyl Finds video. This time I'm featuring 9 albums that I've picked up in the past couple of weeks. So to start off with, from 1989, a Quebec folk rock band that's centered around the hurdy-gurdy. It's a band called Adviel que Pourra, New French Folk Music, and it's on Green Linnet Records. Then a find from a recent record store or a recent record fair band out of the United States from 1969 that features Blue Eyed Soul. It's The Bag, the album Real. So it's not psych at all, even though the cover looks a little bit psych. That one was $15, which I thought was a fair price for that. It's on Decca label. Then from 1951, Les Baxter and his orchestra, Arthur Murray Favorites Tangos. So this is, although Les Baxter is known for his exotica music, this is not an exotica album. I got it because it was $1, and it was the start of my Les Baxter collection. So I have other exotica by other artists like Martin Denny, but I have nothing by Les Baxter until now. Then a really nice album on Folk Legacy label. So I was watching one, and I'm sorry I don't remember the name of the video commentator, but somebody had on their video in the VC a Folk Legacy album, and I commented on how rare they are, how hard to find them, especially with their booklets. So I did come across Margaret Crystal and Ian Robb, The Barley Grain for Me from 1976, and it features album or folk songs found in Canada. So some of them are British songs, some of them are American songs, others are Canadian songs. And this features Oh No Not I, which Stan Rogers later on covered. Stan Rogers is a great Canadian folk artist. Next up is Gospel Oak from 1970. So this is sort of rural rock with a bit of harmonies, trying to sing like Crosstones, Nash and Young, but not quite reaching that, but still a very enjoyable album. Gospel Oak on Cap Records. I picked that up at the record fair as well for $15. So the guy had those two albums at $40 and $30, which I thought was a bit steep, and then he cut me a deal to put them at half price and less than half price. So I was happy with that. Next up, a find from the thrift shop, which I thought was a great find. Band out of Canada, sort of compared to Frank Zappa's early music. It's a mix of classical, rock, spoken word, free jazz. So it's L'Infonie, Direction Walter Boudreau from 1969, and this definitely has a psych influence. That's on Polydor. Next up, also from Quebec, Pauline Julien, Licence Complète from 1974. And this is some music of nationalist music for Quebec, so pro-independence. It's got a rock influence. So I picked that up also at the same thrift shop as L'Infonie. They had shocked me by raising their prices from $1 to $3 an album, but I still picked up those two as the best ones out of the lot. I ended up putting back the other ones, which maybe was a mistake, but I was still shocked by the raise in price from $1 to $3. Okay, next up, a Canadian folk artist, Chuck Rose. This is an independent label album, My Family and Other Strangers. This is probably from late 70s, early 80s. And I picked it up because it features Jack Semple, a blues artist from Saskatchewan in Canada. And it was only afterwards that I saw that part of the jacket was split. But anyways, it was 75 cents, so it'll do me fine until I find a better copy, if I ever do. And then finally, a well-known guitarist, fingerstyle guitarist. I read that he's known for his two-handed approach to guitar playing. He's from USA, mostly instrumentals on guitar, jazz, folk. It's Preston Reed, the Road Less Traveled from 1987 on Flying Fish label. And I pick up anything that I ever see on Flying Fish, or similar to Rounder or Shanachie. I'm always feel like I'm promised an album that, although it's not a big seller, features something quite interesting. So this is Preston Reed. Pretty sure I have seen him live over at our folk festival, but not 100% sure. So that's it for my vinyl finds for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave your comments at the bottom, and please feel free to subscribe. It'd be great to hear from you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.